Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці.
Dear Ukrainians, I wish you health. On November 12th, we all feel enthusiastic together. I don't know if we have at least one person who hasn't watched the video of our Kherson people greeting the Ukrainian defenders. Months of Russian occupation, months of the mockery of our people, months of stories that Russia is supposedly there forever. And still, there is a sea of Ukrainian flags on the streets. People did not even think of refusing Ukraine, and the world sees it now. It sees what it means when Ukrainians meet their own people. It sees what the unity of Ukrainians means. And it sees why we should liberate our entire land from the invaders. We will see many more such greetings in those cities and villages that are still under occupation. We don't forget anyone. We won't leave anyone. Thanks to our defense operations and diplomacy, we will definitely reach our state border, all sections of the internationally recognized border of Ukraine. As of this evening, the defense forces have won back control in more than 60 settlements of Kherson region. The police have started taking stabilization measures. Stabilization measures are also ongoing in Kherson itself. Everywhere in the liberated territory, our bomb disposal experts have a lot of work to do. Almost 2,000 explosive items have already been removed. Mines, tripwires and unexploded ammunition. Before fleeing from Kherson, the occupiers destroyed all critical infrastructure, communication, water supply, heat and electricity. The Russians everywhere have the same goal: mockery of people as much as possible. But we will restore everything, believe me. Although it takes time for this, it is already clear to everyone that the outcome will be ours, the Ukrainian one. It is very important now to tell all Kherson residents to be careful and not try to independently check any buildings and objects left by the occupiers. Please, if you have a connection with the townspeople, be sure to pass this on them. There are 10 groups of bomb disposal experts working in Kherson. The police are working, and there are various units of the defense forces. On November 12th, unfortunately, one of our sappers was injured during the mining of the administrative building. Therefore, please, dear citizens of Kherson, be careful and inform the police or rescuers about any suspicious objects you see. The same concerns residents of other settlements in the liberated territory. Please remain vigilant of your own safety. It is very important. Separately, on November 12th, I want to address all our military personnel who are in other areas of the front. To all those who take care of our security at the borders, to all those who defend Ukraine in the air, at the sea, to all those who work for defense in the rear regions. This success of ours in the south became possible thanks to the fact that all our defenders honorably perform their tasks. The words of thanks that our defenders in Kherson region are hearing now are words of thanks to all of you, to everyone who fights for Ukraine, who works for our victory, and who at their level helps and achieves the result of our state needs. And especially, these are words of thanks to those who endured the Russian attacks on Donetsk region. It's just hell there. There are extremely brutal battles there every day, but our units defend themselves bravely, withstand the terrible pressure of the occupiers, and maintain our defense lines. It is very important. Thanks to the strong defense there in Donetsk region, we can conduct offensive operations in other directions. I thank all our soldiers who defend Ukraine in these particularly tough battles: Pavlivka, Marinka, Pervomayske and Avdiivka. The 1st and the 2nd Battalions of the 36th Separate Brigade of Marines, the 79th Separate Assault Brigade, the 72nd Separate Mechanized Brigade, the 68th Separate Hunter Brigade, and the 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade, the 56th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade, and the 55th Zaporizhzhia Sich Separate Artillery Brigade, which supports everyone there. Thank you, soldiers, for your courage, for your bravery. And I join the thanks and wishes that have already been heard from the people of Kherson by our fighters of the 28th and 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigades and the 59th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade, our intelligence officers, our fighters of the Special Operations Forces and National Guardsmen. Well done. Thank you all for the brilliant performance of tasks for the liberation of Kherson. It will be the same in Henichynsk and Melitopol. We will also come to all our cities and villages of Donbass. we will definitely see how people with Ukrainian flags, which they keep there, will meet the Ukrainian forces in Crimea, and there will be hundreds of them on the streets on the day of liberation. I thank everyone who fights and works for Ukrainian victory. I'm thankful to everyone in the world who helps us so much. Eternal glory to all those who gave their lives for their native Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.